Okay, we're going to talk about posture and basic vocabulary in terms of feet positioning, lower body positioning. So one thing I want to stress though is posture is one of the most important factors when it comes to visual presentation. No matter what visual, how cool the visual is or anything, the only thing that matters is that we have uniformity of posture at all times. Because if we don't, if we let the visual take away from our posture, then it negates the effect that we were going for with the visual. So remember that from a priority standpoint, your posture is the most important thing, just like tone quality is probably the most important musical fundamental. Because if you don't have good posture, then everything else ceases to be important, okay? All right, so let me show you a very basic physical and mental exercise just to help you focus on good alignment, body alignment. Make sure everything's in line from the bottom all the way to the top of your body. So one thing that we do is we want to have checkpoints to make sure that we're in line as we stand up straight and have good posture. So we want to draw an imaginary line up the side of our body like, you know, like we were drawing a straight line with a Sharpie. Okay, we'll start with our ankles, and we make sure that our ankles are in line with our knees. So yep, you want to make sure that your knees are not behind your ankles. Okay, so the next part is knees up to your hips. Okay, and then hips in line with shoulders, shoulders in line with ears, and then go ahead and extend your arms straight up in that same plane, that same line. Make sure you're nice and tall, and then arms by your side. And what you want to do is you want to basically mentally be visualizing those checkpoints. Okay, so knees in line with ankles, hips in line with knees, shoulders in line with hips, ears in line with shoulders. It makes a straight line from your ears all the way down past your ankles to the ground, okay? All right, now feet position. It's just basically how we position our feet in different ways. The first position that we usually start with is closed first, which basically just means that our feet are parallel with each other and are touching. Okay, the next position is called open first, or for most people, just first position. Okay, for trombone players that means something totally different, but for marching, first position. Now one thing that you want to do to check to make sure that the feet are far enough apart is you want to have a friend, a section leader, a band director, put their sneaker, their shoe in between. If they can, basically the tip of their foot can reach pretty close to the ankles, then it's far enough apart. If they're more closed, go ahead and close them. Then as you can see, there's too much of a gap there between my foot. So if she would open the feet apart a little bit.
Too much?
Too much. So it should fit around your section leader's foot. So that's a good way to check, okay? So that is first position, okay, or open first. All right, now second position, you keep the same feet angle and you move your ankles out where they're about a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Let's go a little bit wider. There you go. And again, you got to remember that people that are viewing you are probably the closest ones are maybe 50 yards away, and everyone else is further back. So you want to exaggerate everything we do slightly so it comes across the way it's intended. Okay, so this is second position. Now sometimes when we're in second position, we can also do a plie, or we can just basically flex our legs or our knees. So let's go ahead and do that. Yep. And what you want to do here is, again, let's go back to our posture. We want to make sure that our checkpoints, we have that straight line between the ears all the way down to the ankles. Now, for us to do this move, our knees have to come out of our line, okay? But you notice that the hips are still in line with the ankles, okay? So make sure, the tendency for most marchers is they push their hips back out of alignment or forward. So you want to make sure that you have that straight line all the way down. Okay, the next thing is we will show third position with the feet. Okay, so let's go back to first position, open first. Okay, now third position. Okay, go ahead and show me third. Yep. And basically all you do is you take the heel of your front foot and you put it in line with the arch of your back foot. Okay, and typically I find that it's easier to arrive to this position if you take your foot back rather than bringing your foot forward to achieve this position. So in this case, we took our right foot back to go to third position. This is a good pose sometimes that we do when we're trying to make a musical statement or a visual statement in an impact moment. It just varies our feet positioning, gives us a different look. You can also take this position and take your left foot and lunge forward, step forward, your left foot. Yep. This also gives us a different kind of vocabulary in terms of our look, okay, because we went from a third position to kind of a foot forward position there. So those are our different feet positionings. Let's go over it again one more time real quick. Recap. First position, close first, open first. Second position, plie. Okay, let's go back to first or open first, and now third position. Yep, so those are our different feet positionings that we use when we're speaking in terms of lower body visuals. Okay.